Hey folks, thanks for stopping by. You know, over the past 2 years I've made 2 how-to videos on how to install the Hyper 212 Black Edition on an AM4 socket, and I've received multiple, if not hundreds of comments asking about my temperatures. Basically, what's my standard idle temp versus what's my full load temp. Comments like, you know, my idle's at 35, my full load is at 75, so on and so forth. So I have 2 rigs here at home, a Ryzen 5 3600 and a Ryzen 5 2600, both with the Hyper 212 installed, the Black Edition. And I thought I'd just show you the idle and a full load temp on both those rigs so you can see what normal is, or at least what my normal is. So let's go take a look at those 2 rigs. Alright, first up is my son's rig, a Ryzen 5 3600. It is housed in Corsair's 4000D high airflow, and this thing definitely is airflow. But on this Hyper 212 I have 2 fans in the push-pull configuration. It's hard to see, but it's right there, so I'm going to get a little bit better temps here. But let's go ahead and go to my core temp, and hopefully you can see right there that my minimum temperature is 33 degrees and the max is 68, and I got the max by running a Cinebench 23 test. So again, these I think are pretty normal for this Ryzen 5 3600. 33 minimum, 68 max. Room temperature, it's pretty warm. It's summer day, probably about 78 degrees. I'll try and link that what Celsius is. But that's Ryzen 5 3600. Alright, let's go to my second rig, my Ryzen 5 2600. That's here in our little formal living room, dining room. And I also have a dual fan on this in a push-pull configuration. Let's go ahead and check out the temps. And I can see right there, the minimum temps are better in here. I got better airflow in this room. My minimum is 28 and the max is 65, and that's really good for this CPU. Well, there you have it. So I would say anywhere between 30 and 40 degrees Celsius for your idle and 65 to 80 degrees Celsius for your full load. I'd say that is normal. There's a lot of variables, your case, your other components, the ambient temperature, but if you're in that range, I think you're good to go. If you want to see a tutorial on how to install the Hyper 212 Black Edition, I'll leave a link in the description, and I'll also leave a card at the end of this video. Thanks for watching, folks, and as always, I'm going to see you in the next video. Peace.